Welcome to Essential Biz Marketing. In today's session, we'll explore Chapter 2, Cross-Cultural Business, and the importance of understanding culture in the global marketplace. Let's begin with the learning objectives for this chapter. You'll first understand what culture is and why cultural knowledge is crucial in global business. Next, we'll explore how values and behaviors shape cultural interactions and business practices across borders. We'll also examine how social structures and education systems influence culture and impact business strategies. Then, we'll look at how religion can affect business norms, ethics, and marketing decisions. We'll also cover how personal communication styles vary across cultures and why they matter in international business. Finally, we'll study how companies interact with different cultures in the workplace and why cultural sensitivity is key to success. Let's look at a real-world case. Haribo, a well-known German candy company, is trying to expand its market globally. But international success requires more than just a sweet product. It demands cultural awareness. Haribo faced backlash when Muslim consumers discovered that their gummy candies contained pork-based gelatin. In Islamic culture, consuming pork is strictly forbidden, which made the product unacceptable to many. To resolve the issue, Haribo developed gelatin using bacteria instead of pork and obtained halal certifications. They also modified product labeling and packaging to clearly show the ingredients for different markets. The takeaway is clear. Businesses that understand and respect cultural and religious norms can avoid costly mistakes and build stronger customer trust in global markets. Culture is the shared values, beliefs, and institutions of a group of people. In business, understanding culture helps companies navigate different markets with greater sensitivity and success. Culture exists not only at the national level, but also within subcultures, such as ethnic or regional groups. Global businesses must recognize these layers to build trust and adapt effectively. One danger is ethnocentrism, assuming your own culture is superior. This mindset can damage relationships and lead to poor decisions in international business. Cultural literacy is the key to overcoming bias and building cross-cultural competence. It allows businesses to adapt, communicate, and succeed in global environments. Let's now explore how culture influences people's values, attitudes, and behaviors. Values are deep-rooted beliefs about what is right, important, or desirable in life. Attitudes are shaped by values and reflect how individuals think or feel about specific topics. They guide our openness, flexibility, and responses to new ideas. Behavior in culture defines what is considered appropriate in social and business settings. This includes manners, how people act in different situations, and customs, which are traditions passed down over generations. Business implications of cultural behavior are critical. Understanding local norms helps businesses interact respectfully and manage international relationships more effectively. Internalization is the process by which social values become personal values. Through family, education, and daily life, people absorb cultural norms that later shape how they think and behave. For example, in many collectivist cultures, education teaches the importance of group harmony and cooperation. As a result, people may prioritize team goals over individual recognition in the workplace. Once values are internalized, they influence our attitudes. These attitudes become long-term perspectives that guide behavior in both personal life and professional settings. As the value becomes personal, people begin to favor it emotionally. This is called attitude, how strongly we feel about a belief. When someone favors the idea that group goals matter more, it shapes how they approach decisions. As the value becomes personal, people begin to favor it emotionally. This is called attitude, how strongly we feel about a belief. When someone favors the idea that group goals matter more, it shapes how they approach decisions. Social structure plays a major role in shaping people's careers and opportunities. In some societies, class systems or family background can influence who gets access to education, jobs, and promotions. Understanding this helps businesses plan recruitment and market entry more wisely. Let's compare the US and India. In the US, social mobility is encouraged, while in India, the caste system historically restricted upward movement. Even today, these cultural structures still affect hiring, leadership, and market behavior. Education is one of the key ways that values are transmitted in a society. It not only builds individual knowledge, but also prepares a skilled workforce aligned with national or company goals. The quality and reach of education directly affect economic performance. Nations that invest in education see higher productivity and stronger long-term growth. For companies, this means more capable workers and innovation potential. But when skilled workers leave for better opportunities abroad, it creates a brain drain. This talent loss hurts the home country's economy and makes it harder to sustain growth. Smart policy and incentives can help reverse this trend. Religion is a powerful force that shapes people's values, ethics, and behavior. In business, understanding religious norms can help avoid conflict and build customer trust, especially in sensitive areas like food, dress, and schedules. Christianity, especially the Protestant tradition, emphasizes hard work, honesty, and individual responsibility. These values often support a strong work ethic and ethical conduct in business environments. In Islam, religion influences many aspects of life. Business practices must avoid interest-based finance, use halal-certified products, and respect prayer times and holidays. Failing to do so may alienate Muslim consumers. Hinduism impacts behavior through ideas like karma and caste. Some Hindus follow a vegetarian diet, and traditional social structures can affect workplace roles and purchasing behavior. Successful businesses adapt. They offer halal or kosher products, close on religious holidays, and create respectful marketing for faith-based consumers. This builds loyalty and avoids costly cultural mistakes. Communication reflects deep cultural norms. Verbal and nonverbal cues vary between countries, and misunderstanding them can damage business relationships. Cultural awareness in communication is essential for global success. Even when people speak the same language, style matters. Some cultures prefer direct speech, while others value indirect, polite forms. Ignoring this can lead to offense or confusion during negotiations. Body language is not universal. For example, a thumbs up means good in some cultures, but is rude in others. Understanding gestures can prevent awkward or offensive moments. Personal space varies across cultures. In some countries, standing close is normal. In others, it feels invasive. Knowing these preferences helps build comfort and trust. English is the global language of business, but not everyone uses it fluently. Misunderstandings can happen even among English speakers due to accents, speed, or local idioms. Translation is more than changing words. A poor translation can ruin a contract or damage a brand. Cultural and linguistic accuracy is critical in marketing, legal terms, and product packaging. Cultures differ in how they perceive time. Some, like the US and Japan, are time-structured. Punctuality and deadlines matter. In others, time is more flexible, and relationships may come before schedules. In Latin America and Mediterranean regions, a relaxed approach to time is common. Meetings may start late, and business flows more through personal trust than rigid agendas. Individualistic cultures like the US emphasize personal responsibility and initiative. Employees value autonomy, expect recognition, and prefer clear personal goals. In collectivist cultures like China, group harmony comes first. People avoid confrontation, value loyalty, and prefer team-based rewards over individual praise. Global brands like McDonald's succeed when they adapt to local culture. Whether offering kimchi burgers in Korea or vegetarian options in India, cultural adaptation builds acceptance and brand loyalty. But globalization has critics. Some argue it spreads Western values too aggressively, leading to cultural imperialism. Local traditions may be pushed aside by global trends. Smart companies balance global efficiency with local responsiveness. They maintain a strong brand while tailoring products and marketing to local tastes, customs, and regulations. Geert Hofstede developed a framework to compare national cultures using 6 dimensions. It helps businesses understand how cultural differences shape behavior, leadership, and communication across countries. Hofstede's website offers tools to compare countries side by side. This data helps companies adjust strategies, like management style or marketing, based on cultural preferences. Individualistic cultures, like the US, value personal freedom and individual goals. People are expected to take care of themselves and make independent choices. Collectivist cultures, like China, emphasize group loyalty and shared success. People prioritize family, teams, and organizations over personal ambition. High-power distance cultures like Mexico accept unequal power and authority. Leaders are respected, and hierarchy is rarely questioned. Low-power distance cultures like Sweden value equality and flat structures. Employees expect open communication and shared decision-making. Cultures with high uncertainty avoidance like Japan prefer rules and clear structures. They are cautious about change and value long-term planning. Low uncertainty avoidance cultures, like the UK, are more flexible and risk-tolerant. They're comfortable with ambiguity and change. Masculine cultures, like Germany, focus on achievement, competition, and material success. They reward assertiveness and results. Feminine cultures, like Sweden, value cooperation, quality of life, and caring for others. Work-life balance and harmony are emphasized. Long-term cultures like South Korea value perseverance, planning, and future rewards. They invest in education, savings, and innovation. Short-term cultures, like the US, focus on quick results and immediate gains. There's more emphasis on tradition and fulfilling current social obligations. Indulgent cultures, like the US or Mexico, encourage enjoyment and leisure. People feel free to express themselves and pursue happiness. Restrained cultures, like Russia or Egypt, emphasize duty and self-control. Happiness is less openly pursued and guided by strict norms. Culture isn't just a background factor. It directly shapes how people think, work, and do business. To succeed globally, companies must recognize these differences and adapt strategies, communication, and operations to each cultural setting. Culture is made up of shared values, beliefs, and institutions. To navigate global markets, businesses must understand national cultures and subcultures and avoid ethnocentrism. Cultural literacy is the key. Core values influence everything from work ethic to customer behavior. Manners, customs, and aesthetics all reflect deeper cultural assumptions that businesses must respect. Social mobility, gender roles, and access to education vary worldwide. These structural differences shape labor markets and influence workforce quality. Religions like Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, and Judaism each bring specific values, dietary rules, and expectations. Business success depends on understanding and respecting these traditions. Cultural differences affect language use, gestures, time orientation, and workplace expectations. Global companies must be fluent not just in words, but in cultural cues and working styles. Time orientation, materialism, and work expectations vary by culture. Cultural diffusion, where values and ideas spread, shapes global business trends. The Hofstede framework remains essential to compare risk tolerance, teamwork, and reward systems. This concludes today's session. We look forward to exploring more topics together in our next chapter.